Good day everyone, I'm Benji Parillo and I will be discussing about biometric authentication. This presentation aims the difference of biometrics. Biometric companies, terms of biometric, how does biometric system, biometric recognition, application of biometric system, advantage and disadvantage, and conclusion. What is biometrics? The word biometrics comes from Greek word bios or life and metricus or measure. Biometric refers to the automatic identification of a person based on his or her physiological or behavioral characteristic. What is something you know about biometrics? Biometrics methods provides the something or factor of authentication. Some of biometric methods can be used are fingerprints, hand geometry, retinal or iris scans, handwriting, and voice analysis. What is something you have about biometrics? Biometrics authentication refers to a cybersecurity process that verifies a user's identity using their unique biological traits such as fingerprint, voices, retinas, and facial features. What is something you are about biometrics? Biometric identification uses biometrics such as fingerprints, facial recognition, or retina scans to identify a person, whereas benefit authentication is the use of biometrics to verify people who are they claim to be. Why biometrics? Passwords are not reliable, can be stolen, forgotten, shared, and many passwords are easy to guess. Protect sensitive information like banking, medical, commercial, and government. What is the difference between verification and recognition? While face verification focuses on verifying a person's identity against a pre-registered template, face recognition is used to identify individuals from a pool of known individuals. Biometric companies, Dermalag has shaped the world of security for over 25 years. Keep on revolutionizing biometric security products and solutions. Law enforcement authorities or civil government agencies like national registration, voters and drivers registration, health agencies, or security agencies belong to our customer base. Governmental organization, public and private business all over the world trust Dermalag expertise and states of the biometric product. Dermalag Identification System or GmbH, based in Hamburg, is the largest German biometrics manufacturer and it's known as the biometrics and security innovation leader.
Hi, I'm Angel and I'm here to talk about the topic about Psychogen and the biometric characteristic. So what is Psychogen? Psychogen is the world's leading provider of advanced optical fingerprint recognition technology, products, tools, and platforms. Also, Psychogen has been serving the global biometric industry since 1998, and it strives to provide its customers with the highest quality products and services through continuous research and development and dedicated technical support. Psychogen's fingerprint recognition technology is based on minute wave. The unique features points of fingerprint. After a fingerprint is scanned, minute wave are extracted and processed into a template that will be used for biometric enrollment and matching. Psychogen Corporation is Psychogen's core technologies include patented SAIR-based fingerprint sensor with 500 dpi resolution and proprietary extraction. After the Psychogen, there's a Suprema Biometrics and Security. Also, Suprema is a leading global provider of access control, time, and attendance and biometric resolutions. By combining world-renowned biometric algorithms, the superior engineering, Suprema has introduced innovations to the security industry over the last decades. Suprema's extensive range of portfolio includes biometric access, control system, time and attendance solutions, fingerprint live scanners, mobile authentication solutions, and embedded fingerprint module. Suprema is named the world's top 50 security manufacturers and has a worldwide sales network in over 140 centuries with number one market share in biometric access control and EMEA region. In biometrics, we have a biometrics face recognition code. So, what is the step? Or how does the biometric face recognition works? In our face, we have a unique facial data that will be scanned through the system. In the steps of biometrics face recognition, we need to capture our face, capturing, extracting through computer, comparing to the other faces, and the matching type. In biometrics, it measures similarity but not the identity. A biometric system compares encountered biological behavioral characteristics to one or more previously recorded references. Measures found to be stable, similar are considered to have some come from the same individual, allowing the individual to be recognized as someone previously known to the system. A biometric system establishes a probabilistic assessment of a match, indicating that the subject at hand is the same subject from whom the reference was stored. So, there's a characteristic of biometrics. In biometric characteristics, you only have two types of it, the sociological and the behavioral. Biometric characteristic of a person can be either physical or behavioral. Physical by their personal being and behavioral according how they act. For about a century, principally measurable characteristic associated with people that was universally accepted as a positive identifier was the fingerprint. Trained experts match contact data collected using special inks, dusting powders, and tapes. This data consisted of whirls, ridge endings, and bifurcations, and the identification was achieved by the comparison of these features against thumbprints. However, a sensor capable of reading a fingerprint made by pressing the finger against a glass plate has been developed, with a digitized image stored as a computer file. Thus, a set of possible finger biometric identity prints will include a thumbprint, full fingerprint, finger pattern with creases on the other side of the finger, palm print, hand topography, and hand geometry for positive ID. Other physical characteristics that have been investigated as potential biometric identifiers include finger length, wrist veins, hand veins, knuckle creases, fingertip structure, hand topography, ear shape, and also the lip shape. So, in other biometric technologies for behavioral characteristics that have been developed and gained some market acceptability include voice patterns, retina scans, signature dynamics, iris recognition, keystroke dynamics, and signature recognitions.
Good day, I'm Stephanie Sandoval and I will be discussing physical biometrics. What is physical biometrics? It refers to physiological features on the human body that can serve as identification, such as fingerprint or retina scan. Companies often collect and store physical biometric data in order to authenticate identities. For all sorts of uses, security being the most obvious. There are types of physical biometrics. First, we have the fingerprint recognition. By analyzing and comparing the dermal ridges on a person's fingers, Fingerprint recognition technology makes it possible to verify identity. The most widely used and reliable biometric approach available today is fingerprint recognition, which was the earliest methods for automatically identifying individuals. Fingerprint recognition typically used in police stations, security industries, smartphones, and other mobile devices. Second, we have the facial or face recognition. It is biometric software that maps a person's facial features mathematically and saves the information as face print. For the purpose of authenticating a person, the program compares a digital image or live capture to the recorded face print using deep learning algorithms. What are the use cases of facial recognition systems? First, we have fraud detection. Companies use the facial recognition to uniquely identify users creating a new account on an online platform. We also have cybersecurity, airport and border control, banking, and healthcare. The next type is hand or finger geometry. A biometric called hand geometry uses a person's hand form to identify them, the length, width, deviation angle, and other parameters of users' palm and fingers. These are measured by hand geometry readers, which then compare the results to data that is saved in a file. The next one is iris recognition or iris scanning. It is the process of using visible and rare infrared light to take a high contrast photograph of a person's iris. It is used in a wide range of applications such as citizen ID programs, physical access control, law enforcement, and border control.
Hi, good day everyone. I am Sailin Yula Lucin. I will be discussing about retina recognition. A retinal scan is a biometric technique that maps the unique patterns of a person's retina using a low-intensity light source. Through a delicate sensor, a retinal scan examines the pattern of retina blood vessels, which remains unchanged from birth until death. Next, I will be discussing about three kinds of behavioral characteristics. 1. Speaker voice. Speaker recognition is the identification of a person from characteristics of voices. It is used to answer the question, who is speaking? The term voice recognition can refer to speaker recognition or speech recognition. Speaker verification, also called speaker authentication, contrasts with identification and speaker recognition, differs from speaker dearization. Recognizing the speaker can simplify the task of translating speech in systems that have been trained on specific voices, or it can be used to authenticate or verify the identity of a speaker as part of security process. Speaker recognition has a story dating back some 4 decades as of 2019 and uses the acoustic features of speech that have been found to differ between individuals. These acoustic patterns reflect both anatomy and learned behavioral patterns. 2. Handwriting signature. Signature verification is the process of comparing a presented signature to a reference signature to assess the ability of the presented signature. Financial institutions, election monitors, and other entities use signature verification techniques to look for forgeries. Keystroke. The keystroke is behavioral biometric of keystroke dynamics, uses the manner and rhyme in which an individual types characters on a keyboard or keypad. The keystroke rhymes of a user are measured to develop a unique biometric template of the user's typing pattern for future authentication. Biometric systems. The application is to prevent unauthorized access to ATMs, cellular phones, desktop, and PCs. Criminal identification. In automobiles, biometrics can replace keys with keyless entry devices. Airport security. This is the advantages of biometrics. 1. High security and assurance. Biometrics provide increased levels of assurance to providers that a person is real by verifying a tangible, real-world trait as both something the user has and something the user is. Most users, passwords and PINs, and personal identifying information have likely been compromised with a data breach, meaning billions of accounts can be accessed by fraudsters who retain the answer to traditional authentication methods. User experience is convenient and fast. While the internal process for biometric authentication is technical, from a user point of view it's incredibly easy and quick. Placing a finger on a scanner and unlocking an account in seconds is faster than typing out a long password that has multiple special characters. In addition, forgetting a password is a common mistake of most users. 3. Non-transferable. Biometric authentication requires its input is present upon authorization. You can transfer or share a physical biometric digitally. The only way to utilize most biometric authentication systems is with a physical application. And last, nearest footprint. Biometrics like face patterns, fingerprints, iris scanning, and others are near impossible to replicate with current technology. There's a 1 in 64 billion chance that your fingerprint will match up exactly with someone else. Said a different way, you have a better chance winning the lottery than having the same fingerprint as a hacker trying to get into your account that's secured by biometrics. There are also disadvantages of biometrics. First one, it is costly. Cause it's not surprised that a more advanced security system would require significant investments and costs to implement. In a 2018 survey by Spiceworks, 67% of IT professionals cite costs as the biggest reason for not adopting biometric authentication. Transitioning to a biometrics authentication would not be the only thing a company would have paid for, with 47% of the survey stating a need to upgrade current system in order to support a shift to biometric authentication on their devices.
Good day everyone, my name is Rizal Tolentino and today I will be discussing about disadvantages of biometric. First is facial imaging can also hinder accurate identification. Face direction. Face detection perform best when faces are looking towards the camera so that both eyes are visible, but faces can be detected when viewed in profile. Second one is the scanning of the eye is fearful. The scan itself poses no threat to the eye or to your overall health. Though users are retinal scans complain of discomfort from the technology as they must lean in and keep their eye close to the machine for 30 seconds in order for a scan to be accurate. Next is missing body part. It also called amputation. Amputation is a loss of removal of a body part such as a finger, toe, hand, foot, arm, or leg. It can be a life-changing experience, affecting your ability to move, work, interact with others, and maintain your independence. Continuing pain, phantom limb phenomena, and emotional trauma can complicate recovery. The last one is false acceptances and rejection. False rejection occurs when the system rejects a valid speaker, and false acceptance when the system accepts an impostor speaker. Next, I will be discussing the advantages and disadvantages of biometric authentication. Advantages of biometric authentication. Authentication is convenient, avoiding the need to memorize and replace passwords. Second one is faces, fingerprints, or any other method of biometric authentication is unique to each individuals. Third, it is fast, avoiding lost from inputting codes or writing passwords. The last one is reliable face recognition is harder to fake or bypass. Disadvantages of biometric authentication. A data breach can give malicious actors unauthorized access to our data and medical records. Hyper biometric authentication can lead to racial discrimination and social exclusion. Biodata is highly valuable, requiring new regulations to ensure our privacy. It can be used by third parties without our knowledge or consent. It can be used by governments for surveillance, tracking, and identification. One is our data is unique, so if it is compromised, it is not possible to generate a new one.